Hi, my name is Jess Hamden. I'm from Shipshape, PA. We're going to be doing a bodyweight strength recording class today. We're going to be doing higher reps of each exercise to offset the fact that we're only doing bodyweight, so you won't need any equipment. You can grab a drink if you would like. We're going to start off just warming up here. This is my kitten Aria. She likes to join in whenever I'm doing classes. We're going to start off with glute bridges here for the warm-up, so lying down on your back, digging those heels into the ground, toes pointed up. Gonna raise those hips, squeeze your butt at the top, and then lower back down. We're gonna do 10 reps here, taking your time with it, just getting that body warmed up and ready to go before we get started. Make sure you squeeze at the top. When you finish up these glute bridges, you can flip over onto your hands and knees. Next thing we're going to go into is T-spine rotation, or thoracic spine rotation. So flipping over here on the hands and knees, we're going to have one hand behind the head, rotating underneath your other arm, and then opening that chest back out. We're going to go 10 on each side. Again, just slow, controlled movement here, taking your time, making sure you get that body warmed up. Once you hit 10 on one side, you can switch to the other side. And I'm switching here, 10 on this side now. Really open that chest up as much as you can when you rotate back out. As you start to finish up, you can stand up for the next movement of the warm-up. Alright, I'm going to find my way to my feet here. We're going to go into I's, Y's, and T's next. So bending over at the waist. Going to extend those arms straight forward to make an I, out at an angle to make a Y, and then straight out to the side to make a T. Here's a side view of that. We're going to go 10 in each direction. Really getting those shoulders warmed up, that upper back warmed up. Again, we're going 10 in each direction, taking your time with it, going at your own pace. And then we have one more movement to finish up this warm-up. Next thing we're going to go into is a reverse lunge with a knee lift. So you're going to go 10 on each leg. If you have any balance issues, you can tap that foot here before bringing that knee up into that knee lift. Again, 10 on each leg here. Switch around here. Back into that reverse lunge, and then adding in the knee lift. Again, just tap that foot if you have any balance issues. Alright, as you start to finish up, I'm going to explain what we're doing today. We're doing two different circuits. They're not going to be time circuits, it's going to be reps. We're going to do 2 times through. I want you doing 15 to 20 reps of each exercise. You can choose, if you're feeling really good today, you can do 20 reps. If you're not feeling that great, maybe you're sore from working out the previous day, I want you doing 15 reps. So we're going to start off with sumo squats, taking those feet wide, toes pointed out at an angle. Going to sit back and down, keeping chest and head up the entire time. Remember, you're doing 15 to 20 reps. I'm going to do 15 reps of each exercise to keep this video a little bit shorter, but you can go up to 20 if you're feeling really good. And again, we're doing more reps today since this is all body weight. Sumo squat allows you to get a little bit deeper into the squat than a normal squat. As you start to finish up here, that was 15 for me. We're going to go into push-ups next. So find your way down to the ground. I want you to modify those push-ups. I'm going to be down on my knees since we're doing 15 to 20 reps. Higher reps, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. So I'll be down on my knees, staying in a straight line from my knees to the top of my head. Bringing that chest down to the ground for that push-up. Again, 15 to 20 reps. If you struggle with push-ups and the knee modification isn't working for you, find an elevated surface here and do an incline push-up. Works just as well. So pick whatever works best for you, or you can do a traditional push-up up on your toes if you're feeling really good. As you start to finish up, you can flip over onto your back. We're going to be doing glute bridges again. This time it's going to be a single leg glute bridge. So we're going to do 15 to 20 on each leg. I want one knee up in the air. Still going to be the same movement. Really digging in with that heel, pressing those hips up, and then lowering back down. I want this to be an explosive movement. Really explode those hips up, and then slowly lower back down. Taking your time with this. Again, 15 to 20 reps on each leg. Really digging that heel into the ground and exploding upward through that heel. I'm going to switch legs here. Doing 15 reps on my other leg. Again, really exploding those hips up and then slowly lowering back down. I have 3 more reps here. Again, I'm doing 15. And that's it for me. Take a drink whenever you need to, a little bit of a break. I'm going to go into the next exercise here. We're going into back flies. So you're going to bend over at the waist, feet are about hip, shoulder width apart, bending over at the waist, flat back, and we're going to go back flies out to the side. I want there to be a slight bend in your arm. When you get up to this top position, you should be squeezing those shoulder blades together. Again, this is going to be slow, controlled movement. I want you taking your time with these since we're not using any weights. Really focus on doing those movements correctly and getting the most out of them without any weights. Squeezing those shoulder blades together at that top position there. And then as you finish up, find your way down to the ground. This is going to be the last exercise this round through the circuit. It's going to be in and out, so you're going to be sitting down on your butt. Legs are at an angle here, placing my hands down right behind my butt there. This is more for balance. And we're going to extend those legs straight out and then bring the knees into the chest. Again, 15 to 20 reps, going at your own pace. You can go a little faster here if you feel comfortable, or you can take it slow. Those hands are behind my butt, just as a way to balance. Alright, and that is first time through that circuit. Again, for time reasons, just go back, rewind. I want you going through that circuit one more time, 15 to 20 reps of each exercise. Once you're done with that, you're going to go through into the next circuit, which I'm going to go into next. So first thing we're going to do are split squats. So find your way up. You're going to come into a staggered stance. So 1 foot forward, 1 foot backwards. So here is the side view, that staggered stance. And all I want you doing is dropping that back knee straight down to the ground and standing right back up. We're just here dropping that back knee down. My feet aren't moving at all. My legs are bending into 90 degrees as I lower down. You're going to do 15 to 20 reps on each leg. Your legs should be burning by the end of this. And then you can switch legs whenever you finish up. I'm going to switch legs here. Again, going into that staggered stance. And all I'm doing is dropping that back knee straight down and then right back up. Keeping my upper body tall throughout the movement, not bending my back. You can put your hands on your hips if that feels comfortable. Alright, that is 15 for me. Next thing we're going to do are tricep dips. For the tricep dips, I'm going to be using my couch here. You can either do this down on the ground or you can find a surface like this. If you are using a chair or something, make sure that it is stationary and won't move during this. I want you to be safe, so hands go on the arm here, and I'm just dipping down, pressing straight back up. So bending those arms and then extending them. Going as far down as you can. You might be going further than me, or it might be a little bit higher. It's perfectly okay. If you stretch out your legs in front, that makes it a little bit more difficult. Keeping those legs bent here makes the movement a little bit easier. Again, 15 to 20 reps. Then the next thing we're going to go into are single leg deadlifts. So pick a leg to start with. I'm going to start on my left leg. All I'm going to do here is keep slight bend in my knee. Here's a side view, slight bend in my knee. And I'm bending over at the waist, reaching down, and then standing right back up. Keeping a flat back the entire time. Head up in neutral position. Going 15 to 20 on each leg. I'm tapping my foot as I come back up. Keep my balance. If you have balance issues, you can tap that foot back as you go down to help out with any balance issues you may have. But really keep the weight on that front leg here. Make sure that front leg is doing most of the work. Again, 15 to 20 reps on each leg. Oop, lost my balance there. And then I'm going to switch legs here. Turn so that you can see. Again, keeping that flat back. Knee is slightly bent, but doing all the movement here through my waist. Keeping that back flat the entire time. Don't forget to tap that back foot behind you if you're struggling with balance. You should feel this in your hamstrings and your glutes. Then as you start to finish up, we have 2 more exercises to go. Next thing is going to be a bent over row. So here's the side view. Again, feet are about hip width or shoulder width apart, whatever feels comfortable for you. Just going to bend over at that waist, let those arms dangle straight down, and then you're going to row your arms back, keeping your elbows close to your side the entire time. Those shoulder blades should be pinching together when you get back to that top position. Here's the front view of it. Again, doing 15 to 20 reps. All right, as you start to finish up, you're going to find your way down to the ground for leg raises. For these leg raises, laying down flat on your back, legs straight out in front. Going to raise them up and then lower back down. Try and keep those feet off the ground the entire time if you can. That's an extra challenge. Another challenge you can do when you get to this top position, you can lift those hips off the ground, that butt off the ground. Makes that movement a little bit more difficult. A little bit of an extra challenge if you want it. You can also tap those feet, those heels on the ground as a slight break if you can't keep your legs off the ground the entire time. Again, 15 to 20 reps. And then as you finish up, make sure you rewind that video, go back to the start of that second circuit and go through that one more time. For time reasons, I'm just going to keep it to 1 set, but I want you to rewind and challenge yourself, go through it twice if you can. Now we're just going to take some time to cool down here. So first thing we're going to do is a hamstring stretch. Going to take those feet wide and just bend over at the waist and hang on down. You can let that head drop. Just stretching out those hamstrings here. You can sway side to side a little bit if you feel comfortable doing it, but don't feel like you have to. Just taking some time to slow down that breath. When you're ready, start to stand up. I want you just stacking those vertebrae one on top of the other, slowly rolling up, keeping that chin down on your chest. Then once you get to the top, you can raise that head up. We're going to do a quad stretch. So grabbing the shoe, bringing heel to the butt, and feeling it in the front of that leg there. And then you can switch legs when you're ready. You can also hold on to something if you're struggling with balance at all. And then we have 2 more stretches here. First thing is going to be upper back stretch. What you're going to do is move your one arm over top of the other and place your palms together like this. So that upper back should be rounded out here. You're trying to make as much space as possible between those shoulder blades. So really try to press those shoulder blades away from each other. You should feel that stretch at the top of your back. And then we're going to finish up stretching out that chest. So now you're going to take those arms behind your back, when you're clasping those hands up high, and then straightening out those arms, feeling that stretch across your chest. Alright, if you feel like you need to stretch anything else out, please continue to do so. Thank you guys for joining me again. My name is Jess from Shipshape, PA, and here is Aria, who wanted to join in, just take a nap the entire time. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if you have any questions. Have a nice day.